Sup, fool? My name is Adrian. You're watching Steel on Target. You can follow me on Instagram at Steel on Target YouTube. Alright guys, you can see I got my intake manifold and water necks all off over here. I don't know if you can see all this stuff torn apart, but there's a few things that's going to be going on with this car. But today we're going to talk about the upper water neck. I'm going to go with a PLM, a lower water neck, which we're going to go with a Ktuned, and a Ktuned heater block off plug to eliminate the AC. So you already see that I got the radiator off, I got the hoses off, intake manifold off, everything's already ready to go. As far as so we have this, one of the things that came off, this came over here. This is a lower thermostat housing. This right here leads to the back where it goes to the heater for your your heat in your car. This is coming off. So basically the K-tuned one is going to have a plug that's going to take care of that side. For the other side, if you follow me to the bench over here, I don't know if is there enough light for you to see this. So this screws into the block. It's a very fine thread. I just put I believe it was a 22mm socket, and you just take it out. Don't use an impact because you will strip the head. So take this out carefully, and then I'll show you what goes in its place here.
Look.
If you're gonna show the dog, show the cool one. Where's St. Bernard at? Where's Ovi? This is Ovi, by the way. This is our St. Bernard. He is almost 2 months old. Not quite yet, but he's almost 2 months old. Look how big he is. Hey, boy.
Ovi.
Hey, boy.
Hi, Ovi.
Hi. You need to stay over there. Alright, so back to where we were. So that plug I just showed you that had to come off, that also goes to the heater into the car. It's going to get replaced by this Ktuned plug. I chose this over the hybrid racing. Generally I do try to go for hybrid racing stuff if I can, but I went with Ktuned on this one because it has the little center thing here. You can pop off and put the sensors if you want to. I'm not going to be using it now, but in the future at least I have that available. For the lower water neck, again we're going with Ktuned. And I got a deal on this, so we're going to go ahead and use this. This basically mounts down here, and then this is going to go to the upper water neck, which is a recirculating coolant. As a matter of fact, like this. And then we got the PLM. Over here we have the upper coolant, upper water neck with the fill and the dash fitting to go to the radiator. And this is from PLM MFG. So check out PLM's website. Pretty affordable. This is going to go up here, replace the upper water neck. This goes on the bottom, and this hose will connect to each other. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and work on the lower water neck first. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off the cover. We need to do this in order to mount this. And the inside of this is going to be the thermostat. Pop the sucker off. So we're going to go ahead and get this mounted to the car. Before I do that, I'm going to grab some Honda Bond here. That's what you want to use. You'll be fine with other gasket makers, but Honda Bond is always recommended over anything else. As you can see, you got a little O-ring here already. You don't need to put too much, just a little bit. Be good. Don't go heavy on that either. Alright, so that's on there. We're going to go ahead and get this mounted on the car. Okay. This is going to be facing up. Actually, let me drop. Drop these into their holes now. Now, when I removed the old water pump, the thermostat housing, I did clean the surface from the old gasket maker stuff. Get that old Honda Bond out of there. Alright, so if you come over here, you'll see it's already tightened up. I threw some Honda Bond in the surface there. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this housing over here. Now before I tighten it up, I can clock this however I want. I'm going to kind of clock it down like that, so I can have this going to the radiator over there. So now that I have my position, throw in my hardware. Now even though you have O-rings on these things, you want to put, like I said, some Honda Bond. Now, not to trash a company, but Ktuned has a bad rep. I mean, they're a big player in the K20 Swap world. It's kind of hard to do a proper swap with Ktuned parts, but their coolant stuff has bad rep for leaking. Let me get this started here, and I'll clock it back. So a lot of that stuff, I think it's a mix between maybe some of the design, sure, but also install. Don't install this stuff just because it's an O-ring. O-rings sell easily. Use Honda Bond, torque everything nice and even and properly, and I think it'll be fine. I'm going to be using my PLM waterneck, which is a budget water neck compared to, let's say, like track stuff or even K-Tune. But I expect no leaks. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen, but I'm gonna go in with positive vibes and make sure I install it right, and hopefully not have any leaks. If I do, I'll update and mention it, but hopefully, cross our fingers, we have none. Alright, so this thing is tightened up. You know, I saw a little bit of the Honda bond kind of come out the sides, and we know we have enough. Even though I felt like I went light on it, real light, that was more than plenty. So I got this thing clocked where I want it. I got this facing up. These other plugs here are nice and tight. I already tightened up the other day. So I'm going to go ahead and install the upper water neck now. Now we have the PLM upper water neck with the filler and the optional AN fitting. They don't come with a hose fitting. You just email them or follow them on their website by now for that fitting. This is the fitting that'll come with. But I'm going AN line, so that's the optional. So this is the ring that it comes with. You're gonna have to ship it in there. If you try to push it in there, it's gonna pop out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply Honda bond to the surface. So we're gonna apply Honda bond to the surface, and then put a little bit in the grooves here, and that'll help that stay in. So so looks like it's kind of staying put. The top part wants to move a little bit, so I'm going to get the top started first, the bottom staying. So we got some Honda bond on the block as well. So once the O-ring is in the grooves there, kind of just push it up against the block as you tighten it, so the block kind of acts like your fingers from letting it come back out. Alright, even gaps, everything looks good. A little extra snug for measuring, not too tight because you know, these things are aluminum. You're gonna have a real bad stomach ache if you strip this head. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and connect the upper to the water next to the lower. Okay, so we're pretty much done. This right here is just like a swivel type, so this should be fine. I'm hoping. There wasn't really like a way of tying it. This is like a swivel piece here. Alright, so next thing we're going to do today is install the block off plug for the block, since we're not going to be running heat anymore. So it's got a crush washer in it already. It's got this thing that we need to make sure we plug up. I'll throw some Honda bond in this. Just a little bit. So you tighten it up, it'll put it throughout the threads. Actually, Ooh, not big enough. Alright, it's nice and tight. So I think I have a socket for that by the car. I believe it's 22. Actually, it's bigger than 22. It's bigger than the OEM. Shit. Let's see if I have something for that. 24. Okay, so this set comes from 24 to 27, so I don't have nothing in between. But this grabs it enough to tight, so I'm gonna use this. Grab my Honda bong. So it's gonna be right back here. Let me get this way. You can go over here if you want. The hardest part of this is getting it started right. Make sure you don't cross through anything. Oh, this one's like this. Okay, so I was able to get a few turns without any major issues, so I should never cross-threaded. This is one strong ass freaking radiator support. Alright, we're good. How do I know I did not strip it? It started off loose, it went tight. How do you know when you strip it? It starts off tight and then it goes loose all of a sudden. Alright guys, so you saw me change out, well, you didn't see me remove the old stuff, but you saw me install the upper and lower water necks in a block off plate. Just to kind of go things over real quick, we are removing heat, and I want water necks that support dash fittings, because I'm going to be using a Speed Factory tuck radiator setup with dash fittings. Since the Speed Factory radiator doesn't have a fill port, we needed one here, so we got one from the guys at PLM. I chose PLM because the Ktuned version says that it doesn't work with PRB intake manifold. And even though I'm not using a PRB anymore, that was my original plan. PLM didn't say nothing about not working with PRB, so I used it, and I was able to take a picture and kind of mock it up, and it does in fact work if you use a PRB manifold and Type S throttle body with cruise control wheel. So if you have an OEM K20 you can replace your water neck with that. I wish I would have known that a long time ago, but I already got the Ktuned manifold coming in here next. But this is what you want to use if you have a stock intake manifold set up on a K20 Type S motor. So that's it. This was simple, not too much hassle, and I'm ready for the next step. Thanks for watching, guys, and like the video, share, and kind of keep, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. Keep following along, and again, follow me on Instagram, Steel on Target, YouTube, and I also have a Facebook page, Steel on Target. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.